Thanks for joining the webinar, Antisemitism, Democracy, and the Assault on Knowledge and Education, co-hosted by the Albert Shanker Institute, the AFT's Higher Ed Department, and the Jewish Council for Public Affairs. I'm Dan Montgomery. I'll be moderating. I'm a AFT Vice President and a member of the Board of Directors of the Albert Shanker Institute. And I'm also president of the Illinois Federation of Teachers and a high school English teacher from Skokie, Illinois, which also has relevance to our topic today. We're really glad you're on. I'll just give you a quick sort of agenda, and then we'll introduce our two main folks here. We're gonna start with sort of opening statements from both Randy and Amy. I'll ask a few questions. Hopefully, it'll be a conversation. And then we have time for questions from you all, which you can put in not on the chat, but in the question on the Zoom. And I presume most of you know how to do that. So we got a big crowd, really excited to get it underway. It's an extremely timely subject. I think everybody, you wouldn't be on this webinar if you didn't understand the pressures and the moment that we're in. But let's get underway. Let me introduce our first speaker, Randy Weingarten. Most of you would know this, but I'll say it anyway. Randy's president of the 1.8 million member and growing AFT, represents nurses, teachers, paraprofessionals, school-related personnel, higher education folks in every kind of job description, staff, other healthcare professionals, local, state, and federal government employees, early childhood, retirees, the whole gamut. But significantly before Randy was elected to lead the AFT in 2008 in Chicago, she headed the UFT, local too, but we won't talk about that. But I want to point out Randy's a high school history and social studies teacher, and that's her background, Clara Barton High School in Brooklyn. And Randy brings that to her leadership every day, especially in this moment. So, and let me, why don't we start with you, Randy, and then I'll introduce Amy.
Actually, Dan, if I may, why don't you introduce both of us, only so that people know what we're doing,
Sure.
and then I can riff off with Amy.
Yeah, sounds good. All right, so we also have Amy Spitalnik, who is CEO of the Jewish Council for Public Affairs, which is a national convener of Jewish coalitions working across communities to build a just and inclusive American democracy. And Amy's nationally recognized leader on countering anti-Semitism, hate, extremism, and protecting democracy. She previously served as executive director of a group called Integrity First for America, which some of you may know won a groundbreaking lawsuit against neo-Nazis, white supremacists, and the hate groups that were responsible for the Charlottesville violence. And Amy is a graduate of Tufts University, which has been in the news lately for the very subject we're talking about. But Amy and Randy have forged a strong partnership. I saw Amy for the first time. I got to meet her in January at the AFT's legislative conference, where she spoke very compellingly about the moment we're in. So welcome to the both of you. And Randy, we're going to kick it off with you.